Today we will be ranking every single Call of Duty game. It's not like a ranking, it's like tier list, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're just gonna talk about the main ones, including Warzone, Call of Duty Mobile, and the new Modern Warfare 2. So let's start with Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. I will not be rating these because I haven't really played them that much, so I'll just skip these for now, and maybe in the future I'll get to play them and then we can give them a rating. Anyway, let's move on to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And yes, this includes the remastered version. I really enjoyed the campaign, like literally I just played it last year for the first time ever, and even though I have played the campaign, after finishing the campaign from 2019's remake, I still thought it's a really good one, which really shows how good of a campaign it is. My only thing is that I haven't played the multiplayer a lot, and that's because both games, both the original and the remastered one, came out in times that I just couldn't play them. Like, I started playing in 2009, and Modern Warfare 2 was already out, so there was no point of going back to playing the older game. And in 2016, when they released the remastered, it was bundled with Infinite Warfare, which was complete bullshit. So I decided not to buy the game at all. I was also getting f***ed in college during that time, so I really didn't have the time to play it. But anyway, I did have some time to experience the multiplayer, and in the little time that I experienced in multiplayer, it was an amazing experience. And despite the fact that I had little time to play the multiplayer, I am still gonna give this game an A tier because the campaign was really well made. Now let's talk about World at War. The only thing I remember from this game is zombies. This is what made Treyarch so popular. It was such a unique experience. Plus, I have just started playing Call of Duty at the time, so playing zombies really helped with getting used to the basic concepts like aiming, moving, and shooting, and all that kind of stuff. The only problem I have is that the campaign was really boring to me, and I know it's a problem with me specifically because the campaign was too mature for me to understand, and I am sure that if I were to play it now, I may have a different experience because I'm an adult now, but for now, my mind still thinks that it's a boring campaign. And in terms of multiplayer, I can't really judge because I really didn't get the chance to play it a lot, because Modern Warfare 2 was already out when I started playing Call of Duty, so I can't really talk about it. Anyway, I am going to give it an A tier just because the zombies was amazing. Modern Warfare 2, I don't even know where to begin, but let's just start maybe with the campaign. The campaign did not make any sense to me at the time because of my age. All I remember is some key moments like this. This.
We got it, sir!
Good. That's one less loose end.
No!
And this. Although I remember these events, I had no idea what the hell was going on, but it was so interesting to me. And that's the thing, it was very well executed that it made it memorable regardless of age. There was also Spec Ops, which was a very smart idea, but it was overshadowed by the multiplayer, which is, oh my god, everything was so broken, but we didn't care because we didn't know any better. To a lot of us, this was the first COD game we've ever played. We didn't have the critical eye or any point of reference or anything that we can compare it with. We didn't know how things should or shouldn't be. So we just played it as it is. We just embraced the broken nature of the game and we just accepted it and played it. And we enjoyed the out of it. Anyway, if you haven't guessed already, this game is an S tier. Black Ops I. The campaign was decent with some memorable moments. Despite that, I didn't really understand what the hell was going on. But yeah, it was memorable nonetheless, especially this moment.
Where? Cuba.
In my opinion, Black Ops I has the best campaign Treyarch ever made. The multiplayer was meh. I had a lot of fun playing it, but a lot of my friends just kept playing Modern Warfare 2, so it was fun, but it lacked that social aspect because my friends weren't there to play it with me. Despite that, most of my memories with this game were with the Zombies mode. Zombies was at its best at that time because it expanded upon what was introduced in World at War. I remember being so excited about the next DLC map and what perk is going to be added. But anyway, decent campaign, average multiplayer, amazing zombies, A tier. Now we got to Modern Warfare 3. So the campaign of Modern Warfare 3 was so memorable to me, especially the death of Soap. And then at the end of the game, we went to wear the Juggernaut suit to get revenge on Makarov. It was so epic. Just look at this.
This is for Soap.
I cannot wait for this to be recreated using modern technology. It would look super cool. Spec Ops was decent, especially Survival, which was supposed to compete with Treyarch Zombies. It was not good as Zombies, but it was a great addition. The multiplayer was basically a balanced version of Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, and remember that I just said that some of my friends kept playing Modern Warfare 2? Well, with Modern Warfare 3, these friends joined in once again alongside some other new friends, and we would just play this every day after school, literally every day. The end of this game's life cycle marked the last time I would talk to my Modern Warfare loving friends again, which is sad, but I'm grateful for these memories. Anyway, it's an A tier. Now let's talk about Black Ops 2, and it might get controversial and you may not agree with my opinion, but again, this is just my experience. Anyway, remember when I said that my friends decided not to play Black Ops 1 and kept on playing Modern Warfare 2? The same thing happened here, and they just decided to keep playing Modern Warfare 3 while I was trying to get them to play Black Ops 2 multiplayer. So I ended up playing Modern Warfare 3 whenever I wanted to play multiplayer, and only play Black Ops 2 when I wanted to play zombies. This is also the point where a lot of my friends just stopped playing Call of Duty due to school, graduation, getting into college, and all that stuff. So for the first half of the Zombies DLC, we were all in, and then in the other half, we just suddenly quit. So we played up until Mob of the Dead released, which is one of the best Zombies maps ever made, and then we just stopped playing, so I didn't get to experience Buried or Origins. But I eventually played Origins in Black Ops 3, but I didn't really get to play the original. The campaign was also awesome, with lots of memorable moments.
Well, we got him, Mason.
Can't kill me.
And I think it's the best COD game to have the futuristic stuff. Anyway, I know that a lot of people may not agree with me and want to just give this game an S tier, but again, based on my experience, I am going to give it an A tier just because the zombies was amazing. And then we have Ghosts. I have never been able to complete the campaign of this game because it just felt too generic, and the multiplayer didn't really interest me at all, except for playing some custom matches against bots. Extinction was Infinity Ward's answer to Treyarch Zombies, but it sucked. It also came out in a wrong timing. Like, I was in my first year in college getting double penetrated, so the game had to be freaking amazing for me to give it a priority, which it didn't. Anyway, I was gonna give it a Vanguard tier, but I kinda enjoyed playing the multiplayer against bots, and that's when I learned that even though the game sucks so much, they at least tried. The most notable thing is the perk system, which we never saw again. Anyway, trash tier for trying. After Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty went into futuristic mode. They would just release these futuristic Call of Duty games. I think it was just to compete with, what was that game called? Titanfall, I guess? I think so, I'm not really sure. But anyway, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but it all started with Advanced Warfare. Honestly, the campaign was solid. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it wasn't bad either. And we got the biggest memes out of this game. One of them is this. And the other one is this.
What you're seeing is Advanced Warfare.
I really enjoyed the multiplayer for what it was. It wasn't the typical Call of Duty, but out of the 3 futuristic Call of Duty games, this was the best for me. Exo Zombies was a mode, and it was just fine, I guess. Just middle of the road. I really have nothing more to say, so I'll just give it a D tier. Moving into the second futuristic Call of Duty, Black Ops III. Black Ops III was, oh my god. The campaign was terrible, the multiplayer was boring, but zombies, it was so good that it felt as if they sacrificed the campaign and the multiplayer to make the zombies so good. Black Ops 3 still has the best zombies experience by far. Like, even in 2022, it is still number 1. Just for the zombies alone, I am giving this game an A tier. I just realized that I am being very generous with the games that I talked about. Everything is an S tier and an A tier. Anyway, I'm not gonna change my opinion just because it looks weird. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Anyway, let's talk about the last futuristic Call of Duty game, which is Infinite Warfare. This game came out in a time where people, including me, were just fed up from the futuristic stuff. So no matter how good the game actually was, I was not interested. So as a result of that, I did not play the campaign, and I might have played just maybe 3 matches of zombies, and I played maybe 1 or 2 matches in multiplayer. But this game had a savior, which was Modern Warfare Remastered. But to me, it made it more terrible because of the fact that you had to buy the game just to play Modern Warfare Remastered. That was just disgusting. Not only that, but the fact that you couldn't play Modern Warfare Remastered unless you inserted the disc of Infinite Warfare, it was just terrible. I thought that I was gonna be so harsh if I gave it a trash tier because I didn't even give it a chance, but then again, it was their fault that they didn't make it interesting enough for me to play it. Therefore, even if the game was actually good, if I were to give it a chance, it wouldn't matter because I have no interest in playing it. That's why I am giving it a trash tier. Anyway, with Infinite Warfare, they just realized that they really fucked up and people really wanted boots on the ground. So Sledgehammer came out and made Call of Duty World War II, and it sucked so much. The only thing that was going for this game is the fact that it went back to boots on the ground instead of the futuristic direction they took with the previous 3 titles. Literally, this was the only aspect they focused on. They just thought that going back to boots on the ground is gonna be enough to automatically make the game great, but no, it didn't work. So the campaign was generic as fuck. Zombies was atrocious, and the multiplayer was so boring that it put me to sleep. And this game came out in a time where I was being basically fucked from every hole that I have by college projects, so the timing didn't help as well. Anyway, the game was trash, so I'm giving it a trash tier. Now let's talk about a game that I really hate. Black Ops 4. I really hate this game. I literally, I despise this game. This is the game that made me start hating Treyarch. Before the release of Black Ops 4, Treyarch was really known for their unique zombies experience, and they had a solid reputation with their campaigns as well, except for Black Ops 3's campaign, obviously. With that in mind, they just thought, hey, it's a good idea to just just scrap the campaign for Battle Royale, a mode that I really despise and I have no fun in playing. And then they told us that, hey, since we're not gonna work on the campaign, we can assign the resources that would have been working on the campaign to work on perfecting the other game modes such as zombies and multiplayer. So I wasn't really happy that they're scrapping the campaign, but I was really excited because Zombies in Black Ops III was already great without the extra resources. But now it's gonna be perfected because they have assigned the extra resources into Zombies. But the reality was Zombies was a shitty experience compared to Black Ops III. I would rather play any of the other COD zombies than playing BO4 zombies. That's how bad it was. Multiplayer tried to be like Overwatch, but it didn't quite fit because it didn't completely commit to a hero shooter. They just tried to bring some of the ideas from a hero shooter, but still keep it Call of Duty. It also doesn't help that I usually don't enjoy Treyarch's multiplayers, so this one didn't make any difference to me. It was like boring to me. So the conclusion is the game had no campaign because it was replaced by a game mode that I had zero interest in. Zombies was trash. Multiplayer was boring. Therefore, this game deserves a trash tier. Now let's talk about Modern Warfare 2019. I really have no idea why this game gives me the vibes of Modern Warfare 2. I really don't know. But the feeling I got when I was playing this game is that I was taken back to 2009. Playing this game felt like I was playing Call of Duty for the very first time. Because for one thing, this game had the biggest technical upgrade that we were not expecting. You might think that it's a minor detail, but it really affected everything that we would experience in the game. Whether you're playing multiplayer, campaign, co-op, or Warzone, the technical upgrade was always present. For example, the campaign story might be just fine, but the new engine made it so immersive that if the story was a 7 or an 8, it became a 9 or a 10 just because of how good the execution is. In my opinion, this game has the best campaign ever in a Call of Duty game. And that's saying a lot given how many Call of Duty games I've played. Co-op was kinda trash, but it really didn't matter because it was completely overshadowed by the multiplayer. And what made the multiplayer so much better is that this game came out in a perfect time for me personally and for the entire world. I have graduated 1 year before this game came out, so I had some extra time to play video games. And on top of that, because of COVID, everyone was quote-unquote working or quote-unquote attending classes from home, which meant that you could literally attend a meeting or attend a class while you have an insane time playing with your friends who are also doing the same thing. You can say what you want about how the multiplayer sucked for you, but it really didn't matter because the overall experience was fun. The experience of playing Modern Warfare in the middle of the pandemic is an experience that will never happen again. Never. Anyway, I can keep talking, but it's obvious that this game is an S tier for me. After the release of Modern Warfare, like a few months later, they released Warzone. Most people play Warzone for Battle Royale, but as you know, I really don't care. I think it's because maybe I just suck at it, maybe it's not as fast-paced and not as fun as respawn game modes. But anyway, I enjoyed maybe 2 or 3 game modes out of Warzone, plus whatever special game mode that is available in the playlist. I had good memories playing game modes like Plunder, which was completely ruined, Resurgence on Rebirth Island, which is also removed now, and the first Halloween event, which I really loved. And that's pretty much it. If you were to ask me before it got ruined by Cold War and Vanguard's integrations, I would say it's an A tier or a B tier, but now it just dropped maybe to a C or a D because I really don't enjoy it anymore. I am sure that it will be fixed with Warzone 2.0. I mean, not fixed, it's just gonna be replaced by Warzone 2.0. But for now, I can only say that it's a D tier. Now, I know that Call of Duty Mobile released before Modern Warfare 2019, so I should have talked about it a bit earlier, but who cares? I'm gonna talk about it now. Anyway, I don't play this game hardcore, but it's definitely a game that I keep coming back to every now and then. I could be off the game for 2 months and then suddenly I just decide to ask my friends that, hey, do you want to hop into COD Mobile? And then we would just play it non-stop for 2 weeks. And then we're off for a month or two, and then the cycle just keeps repeating. The game doesn't have a campaign, and it doesn't have a zombies mode anymore, but it used to be freaking awesome. Battle Royale is awesome because not everyone is sweating their balls off, and the matches are really short, and multiplayer is also amazing. Playing the game non-stop for a while gets repetitive, which is normal if you play any game, and that is why I kinda go on and off with this game. Technically speaking, the game isn't that great compared with the ones in console, but for a mobile game, it is the best mobile game I've ever played, period. Anyway, this game is a B tier. Yeah, these ratings are all over the place now, I know. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Black Ops Cold War. If it's not obvious by now, I really don't like Treyarch's multiplayers. I really don't. I really tried to play this one, but I just couldn't. Some of you may enjoy it, but I really can't. There's something that's just off with Treyarch's multiplayers that I really can't put my finger on. So obviously, this game's multiplayer isn't objectively bad, I just didn't like it. And it was a huge technical downgrade from Modern Warfare 2019, which made me even less interested in playing it. As for the campaign, a lot of people seem to like it, but I really don't get why. In my opinion, the story didn't feel like it belonged to the Black Ops series, just like Black Ops III. What's the point of bringing in old characters in the game if they're not the main characters that you will be playing as or playing with? Most of the time, you just play as Bell and Adler is with you along the way, which aren't really interesting as the already established characters like Mason, Woods, or Hudson. So really, what was the point of calling this a Black Ops game if you're not gonna expand on the characters that are in that universe? This would be like buying the new God of War, which is coming in soon. I'm so freaking excited. So imagine you get the new God of War, and as soon as you play, you just play with Kratos, which is the main character, for the first mission, and then that's it. For the rest of the game, you just play with another generic character that you don't even know. Anyway, the point is, the name Black Ops came with the expectation, and the expectation was not met by this stupid game. And then we have Zombies, which was really fun gameplay wise, but they really focused on the gameplay. The lack of everything else like music or voice lines made it so soulless that you just feel lonely when you're playing. Yeah, I know that we didn't play Black Ops 3 just to experience the voice lines, but the voice lines made the game modes so much more alive, so much more fun, so much more enjoyable, which is completely lacking in Cold War Zombies. Anyway, disappointing campaign, boring multiplayer, Zombies was kinda good. I guess I'm gonna give it a C tier? I don't know. Yeah, let's just give it a C tier. Now let's talk about maybe the worst Call of Duty game ever made, Call of Duty Vanguard. This game is awful. Shitty campaign, shitty multiplayer, shitty zombies. And yeah, it also ruined Warzone and Modern Warfare. How awful. But you know what? We all knew this was coming before the game released. It's not like we anticipated that it's gonna be good and then it turned out to be trash. We expected it to be trash, and it turned out to be trash. This makes me rethink the ranking of Black Ops 4, which is the complete opposite of this. I expected Black Ops 4 to be awesome, but it turned out to be trash, which is worse than expecting trash and getting trash. So with that in mind, I am going to create a new tier for Black Ops 4, which is beneath Vanguard, and we'll move move Black Ops 4 to its own tier, and Vanguard is gonna be one step above. Now for the last game, Modern Warfare 2, I was on the fence on whether to include it or not, but this is not a very serious video, so who cares, right? Anyway, I am going to judge it based on the beta and the campaign because obviously that's all I've played so far. I'm sure that by the time I upload this video, the multiplayer and the full game is gonna be out, but I'm just gonna do it as it is for now. So I thought that Modern Warfare 2019 had the best campaign in the entire series, but after playing this one, it's like they're both in the same level. In my mind, right now, Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2022 are in the top when it comes to campaign. It's so good that I already feel that it was worth the money I paid for, even without playing the remaining game modes. That's how good it is. And in terms of the multiplayer beta, it is a more refined version of Modern Warfare 2019, which I also liked. So it was an overall good experience. So anyway, just based off the campaign and the beta, I can safely give this game an A tier. If you don't believe me, just go play the campaign yourself. I seriously wouldn't be surprised if this game ends up being an S tier 1 year from now. Anyways, this was really enjoyable to make, and I will be playing some of these COD games in the coming year, so my opinion may change to the better or to the worse, who knows. But with that said, I'm really interested to know your own tier list in the comments below. So until next time, Jane, bye bye.